Hello, hunters! I'm the Survivalist, and welcome to the next little mini-series we're going to tackle on the channel for Tuesday-Thursday time slot, Public-Land-Hunter. So this is kind of like a mix of a hunting game, but also, as you can tell, really pixel, simple graphics, and we'll kind of see how it feels and goes. We'll probably go through the tutorials. I've never actually played the game myself to know what we're in store for. Oh. Hey kid, it's me, your Uncle Mungo. Thanks for coming by the farm on such short notice. I want your help with something, but first I'm going to need to teach you a thing or two. Go ahead and press the action button, X. That action button is really useful, so remember it. Now let's start by stretching your legs a little. There's a sign with a yellow exclamation mark to the north. Move there by using the WASD keys. Oh, there we are in the bottom left there. So yeah, this will be interesting to see how a pixel hunting game works. Good job, that's some fine walking. Now about my problem, it seems the rabbit population is getting out of hand and they've been doing a number on the crops. I figure it's about time you learned to hunt, so that's why I brought you out here. There's an old varmint rifle leaning against the hay bale over there, so go grab it. God, yeah, it might be a little hard telling some things apart. I think to the right are supposed to be target dummies. Before you go shooting at living critters, you're going to need to brush up on the basics. There's some bottles set up on the hay bales you can use for target practice. Oh, that's what those are. Go and shoot a bunch of them. Aim with the mouse and shoot with the left mouse button or Alt key. Oh, okay. Yeah, no reticle, so you gotta be very careful, I think, in lining it up. Not bad, but you'll have an easier time if you take a breath and aim down the sights. Hold shift or right... Oop. My bad. When you aim down the sight, a line will appear to help you aim. There we go. Okay, there's a zoom function you can enable for your iron sights in the options in the options tab of the main menu. Let's try it out for now without the zoom. Go stand on the green square and shoot all the bottles. Now, Mungo, you're kind of in the way there, bud. Oh, there we go. Oh, and we got a moving one. Nice shooting. I think you're ready for the real thing. Head north through the open gate towards the field. These are the crops they've been getting into. I'm not sure how they're getting through the fence. There must be a hole somewhere. Why don't you go look around and see what you can find. The fields are pretty big, so feel free to move quickly until you find the hole. Press E on the keyboard, toggle run. Okay, so I do like that you have the message apparent to say, like, yeah, that's why you're running. And I think this might be... Maybe this is where they're getting in from. Nope. Oh, maybe right here. Looks like... Oh yeah, you can actually see, like, little tracks left behind. Looks like you found the gap where the rabbits have been coming in. Notice the tracks? Soft mud found in the fields or by riverbanks are a great place to look for sign. You can see they lead out into the meadow. Why don't you head out there and see if you can kill 3 rabbits. Well, before you go, here's a few tips. Rabbits will spook if you're moving when they're close, but if you stand still, they can wander pretty near. So if you see some tall grass shaking, don't go running in after them. And also toggle sneak if you press Q. Allow you to move closer than if you're walking normally. Your gun will also spook any nearby rabbits, so be selective with your shooting. Also, you should remember that little 22 doesn't have a lot of punch, and the bullet won't penetrate deep into the grass, so you may want to wait for an open shot or one at the field edge. Lastly, once you spook a rabbit and it dives into the bush, it's gone for good. You'll have to go and find another one. That should be enough to get you started. Good luck. I mean, I know he said he wanted me to go out in the field, but there is one literally in here with the crops, so I feel like I should start with that. So let me just see. There's one. Okay, we don't have to collect it, it seems. So yeah, Q and E will be for our running and sneaking. Oh, actually, I didn't realize you have like a radius of vision. You can see where the tracks like start appearing in as we get closer. Okay, I don't see any grass moving around right now. So let's just keep going out and see what we can find here. There's another one. I am curious to see, like, if it's going to incorporate things like wind direction, scent, stuff like that, because already it seems like there's going to be visibility and movement that might have to be worried about, because, like, the sneaking we have. Okay, I don't see anybody else right now. Let's just keep going and see if anything else, like, pops out. Oh, there's... Yeah, I think I might have spooked it off. Oh. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Great job. Thanks for thinking of the rabbit population. I'll be back up in the fall, maybe we can get you on a deer. Why don't you head on home for now, and when the deer season opens up, so you can come on back. Just escape to exit. First time you press it, prompt will ask if you'd like to quit. You can press it again, confirm, or action cancel. Go ahead and try it. Yeah. Okay, so, not too bad. Oh. Welcome back, kid. Thanks again for helping me with those rabbits. The crops ended up alright in the end, so you're ready to hunt something bigger than a rabbit. I'll check out the sign by the clover patch to the south, and we'll see if we can find some. Okay, we do seem to have a few other... Oh, you do, I think, have a... Yeah, you have a sound level and how visible you are, too. Interesting. So they did incorporate a fair bit for... Wild plants like clover or grown crops like corn will often attract animals. In order to determine what animals are around, you'll need to look for sign. Looks like there's some scat over there. Go check it out and let's see what's in the area. This is deer poo, and if you inspect it by walking over it, you'll get to see what the deer are eating. This poo is evidence the deer aren't hitting this clover, but instead are eating corn. Let's head over the small corn plot to the north and see if we can find any other sign. Okay. Yeah, so there might actually be, like, full tracking stuff to keep in mind. Oh, yeah, we got tracks. Looks like the deer have been jumping the fences to get at the corn. You can see a deer trail through the tall grass. Trails fade from view at a distance, so you need to get close enough to see them. Finding a trail is a great way to pattern deer. I opened up the fence for you there. Why don't you head on through and see where the trail goes? There are noise and visibility marks at the bottom left of the screen. An open eye means you're visible, and the noise bar goes from green to orange to red depending on your noise level. Walking through tall grass, corn, water, and dead leaves will cause noise. Standing up a stand will also cause noise. Sneaking is a good way to reduce your noise level. Yes, let's see. What does it go up to? Okay, so... You actually do trample the grass or push it down when you walk through it, so that's another nice little touch. I gotta admit, it's a cute little game so far. Looks like the deer headed into the private land south of the property. Fortunately, we can only hunt the north side of the creek. Well, we just do some observing for now and check out our options. Let's start by looking at a map of the area. Open it, just M. The map gives an overall view of the landscape, but you won't be able to see any animals or sign. The main use for the map is to get an idea of where deer may be bedding, drinking, and eating. Let's start with bedding. I've marked some tall grass to the southwest. They'll bed other places sometimes, but they prefer the tall, dense stuff. In the morning, after feeding, they'll make their way back to their beds and lay about until the evening. In the late afternoon, deer will get up in their beds and go for a drink. If there is visible water, that's a good bet. Otherwise, they may be getting their water from other sources, and that makes the hunt a bit trickier. Finally, as evening sets in, deer will move to food source such as acorns, clover, or corn. The key to it all is setting up close enough to the beds that you can catch them before dark, not so close that you spook them in their beds. Like I said before, we can't see any deer on the map, so close and let's get up in a tree. And just map on close. Good looking maple right next to the sign. Walk over to the front of it and you can see the tree stand icon. Hold down action until you get in the tree. Oh, I'm actually surprised they're having you use a bow and arrow for this. I thought it'd start with maybe a rifle. This is a good tree to scout from. It also gives you a good shooting lane on the trail through the fence to the corn. Of course, in order to shoot deer, you'll need a weapon. Gun season isn't open yet, so you're going to have to use the bow, which is accurate. I think bow season starts earlier and does last a bit longer than gun season, or do they not no, maybe they don't overlap, so that we don't have, like, the issue of, like, possibly hitting each other. Can't remember. Draw the bow, simply hold down the left mouse or Alt key. If If you hold for too long, you'll get tired and shakes and you need to time it right. This can be tricky since you can't draw your bow while a deer is looking in your direction or it will spook. You'll need to wait for it to pass, be behind a tree, or have its head down. Might take a few shots to that hay bale over by the fence. Normally a fence would block your shot, but when you're up in a tree, you can shoot over fences, rushes, rocks, small trees, and bushes. Hit the bale with 3 arrows. Oh, okay, interesting. So, nice job. When you're in a tree stand, you're not only able to shoot over nearby obstacles. Notice how nearby trees fade a little? That's because they will no longer block your shots. Okay. However, you may have noticed that you aren't able to shoot to the north. In order to do so, you would need to set up on the other side of the tree. If you did, you wouldn't be able to shoot south. Choose your trees carefully. Now you've got a bow, let's scout from up in the tree. Hold control, take out binoculars, and use those to scout. Okay, interesting. The binos are a valuable tool, particularly when you're up in a tree. Speaking of night, there's a clock in the bottom right corner to help you with patterning. Deer are creatures of habit and will generally start the day eating. Then, as the morning wanes, they'll return to their beds. They sleep until late afternoon, at which point they'll get up and slowly head towards water and food. Speaking of spooking them, we should probably check the wind. Press C key to throw some milkweed to the wind. This will let you know which way it's blowing. Okay, there we go. Alright, we have good wind since it's blowing away from the bedding. Let's head a bit closer and set up. Follow the deer trail south until you reach the next signpost. Okay, so action. There we go. And we'll sneak. And let's work our way down south. I gotta admit, so far, I'm quite impressed with the little bit that's here. Like, you can see the tracks, you see the foliage, and that changes as you're walking through it. You have to mind wind, scent, sound. This is a good tree setup in. We have the wind, the trail is within bow range, and we know the deer are coming from this direction towards the gap in the fence. Before you set up, you should know that there will be times you won't be able to find a good shooting tree because of the wind or the angles. In those cases, it might be best set up on the ground. And if you find a bush you can brush in a ground blind. Okay, yeah, that's what it says. Do that, just walk in the bush and press the action button. Ground blinds have the advantage of being quick and quiet to set up, but since you're on the ground, you can't shoot over obstacles. Instead of stomping down a shooting lane in the grass. If you're in a ground blind with a bow, only draw when the deer is facing away, behind a tree, or eating. As the bush just past the shooting tree, you can try setting up a blind in, then when you're done, you can set up in the tree. Okay, is this the bush it's talking about? No, I don't think so. Oh, over here. My bad. I was southwest. I think this is the bush they're talking about. Okay, yeah, interesting. And then we want to be up in the tree. Alright. We got lucky this time and have a good tree. Now it's a matter of waiting. In real life forest, that can be nice, but sitting in front of a screen, it can get pretty dull. Because of this, you can hold down spacebar to fast forward time. That's a neat feature to have for a hunting game. Try it now, fast forward time to 3 PM. The deer should be up and moving now. Use the binos to look south and watch for its approach. Remember, don't draw if it's looking at you. Good luck. Yes, this is the bedding area. Oh, there it is. Wait for the deer come to range and then shoot it. Good luck. So yeah, it's still quite a ways to the south. I don't know how far of range I have with the bow, but we'll just wait it out and see. My god, it's interesting to see how much has actually been incorporated into this little game for, like, hunting mechanics and that. Oh. Okay, so it's wounded. And it did go down from it. That is one thing I don't think will... You got him. Well done. Let's head on up to the hunt camp. Please exit the hunt by pressing escape key. I don't know if we'll have vitals as a thing, because, like... Given how it all is, it feels like it'd be hard to do vitals in a pixel style like this, but let me see what tutorial 2 is like. Oh, it's just... Okay, so we'll just exit hunt, and that takes us, I think, right to the hunt camp. So, you know what? Should we take it easy with this first episode? Yeah, we'll go into the hunt camp. beat Mungo in a rabbit hunt as our intro task. Hello, Uncle Mungo. Welcome to the hunt camp, kid. It's going to serve as the base of operations for all your hunts. Right now it's a little empty, but over time we can build it up with stations and activities. Plus, with hunting season opening, it won't be long before some of the fellows come on up. For now, though, it's just us. That doesn't mean we can't have some fun. Tell you what, rabbit season just opened, so how about we have ourselves a little friendly competition? If you manage to get more rabbits than me in a single hunt, I'll give you my old shotgun. What do you say? Just come let me know when you want to head out to the fields. I actually think I want to save that for next episode. So we'll exit back to the menu here and end our first episode of Public Land Hunter here. Again, it's going to be a very short episode to start us, but I don't know how long a series it'll be. I do like seeing they incorporated so much of like what is in hunting as an aspect. Minding the wind, your visibility, your scent, setting up blinds, having to mind like what your shooting lanes are. It's an impressive little start, and hopefully as we keep playing, we'll see more come into it. But for now, thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave comments right down below. Until I see you in the next video, hunters and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.